All right, welcome back. Let's talk about smart objects. All right, so smart objects. Why would we use smart objects? What are they? So smart objects are basically an image or parts of an image or even a layer that preserves all its information, so no amount of transformation will degrade the image. Alright, so let's turn off this layer lock so that I can show you what smart objects do. Okay, first I'm gonna demonstrate what's gonna happen if I shrink this down. So I'm gonna using the move tool or keyboard shortcut V. Okay, you get your transformation control. I'm gonna shrink it down to like that size. And I'm gonna zoom into it. See how it's all pixelated? Very pixelated, right? Okay. Now I'm gonna apply this transformation, and then I'm gonna blow it back up. I'm gonna enlarge it again. See what happened? It's all blurry. That's because when you shrink an image down, you're trying to fit a whole lot of pixels in a small area, and so you're actually destroying those pixels. It's destructive, right? And then you apply it, and now that becomes the source image, and then when you blow it back up, you're trying to stretch those pixels, and that's why it becomes all blurry and pixelated. Okay, so to prevent this, let's press Ctrl Z, go back. You have to convert this layer into a smart object. Okay, so right click, convert to a smart object. Okay, and you're gonna get this icon down here, and that's how you know that this object, this layer is a smart object. Okay, so I'm gonna shrink it down again, apply. All right, it's blurry, right? But I'm gonna blow it back up. Apply. Everything is preserved. Okay? So your smart objects, they retain the information of the original image. All right, let's try using filters with this. You can do the same, you can apply the same principle to filters. All right, so let's go to filter, and then maybe we're gonna pixelate. Let's do like mosaic. Okay, something like that. Okay, it's the mosaic filter. Let's try pointillize. Okay, something like this. Okay, and now you can go back and forth. Okay, you can have multiple filters, and you can turn them on and off. For example, I'm gonna go to blur, radial blur. Okay, increase the amount a little bit. Okay, and that's what I get, right? Say I don't want to have that blur in there anymore, or I wanna see what it looks like without it. I can simply toggle it off. Okay, and if I want to see what it looks like without pointillize, I'm going to turn off pointillize, and you get only radial blur. Okay, so smart objects, use them often, and you'll see great results, great success. Okay, so let's look at history a little bit. Every change you make to your image, to your project, is going to add an item to your history. All right, so history is basically like a log. So when you press Ctrl Z to undo, you're basically going back on your history, one item at a time. You can go all the way back to the original state. Okay, this is the original state. You can also go all the way forward. You can go to any point in your document, and you can also save any point to a document. Okay, so say like I kind of like this, but I also want a copy of that, like this. Then all I'll do is simply click on this create new document from current state. Okay, and that's what it does. Okay, now we have a new document with just this state. Okay, and say like I want to save like this. Okay, then I do the same thing and it saves this as a separate document. Okay, and you can now mess with this one and then mess with this one as well. Yeah, you can also take snapshots too. If you take a snapshot right here, okay, and then snapshot right there, you can take a look from these from this list above this list. Okay, so these are basically like an easier way to access this, but on a smaller list. Literally just, it's a snapshot of the current state. All right, one thing with history though, if you go all the way back, okay, let's say like right there, or let's say like right there, and then you modify the document in any way. Okay, I'm gonna move this. See what happens? It deletes the history. There's no such thing as an alternate universe. Okay, when you go back in time, when you get on a time machine, you go back in time, and then you make a modification, you're altering the future, right? And that's exactly what this is. You go back in time and then you move things around, and now the whole future is gone. And so this is all you're left with. Okay, so be careful when you go back on your history and make modifications. You may lose everything that you did in the future.